Hi, my name is K.N.Fitzwater and thank you for watching this video. Today we're going to be talking about the Dramatica structure. The Dramatica structure is unique concerning the types of terminologies and keywords they use in trying to help the author progress and check off in each little signpost. Now, to help the other authors like you who probably never heard of Dramatica, I instead call them acts. So we have Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, and Act 4. The length of time is going to be the same considering the 3-act structure. You have Act 1, this is going to be the Act 2, and this would have been Act 3. So even though we divide the story into 3 or 4, the journey is the true unique aspect of the Dramatica structure. And that's why I have it in this chair format. So as you progress through these signposts, the Dramatica structure insists that each part of the story is going to dramatically change as you go through each act. The character that's going to be here in the very beginning of the story is going to be completely different, in a different world, with different relationships than he would be here. In The Great Gatsby, you have this very idealistic man who is going forth forging all these wonderful relationships in this magical palace. Well, palace or mansion. And here you have a man cynical, knowing the true nature of the fantastical. It's actually more sinister and twisted. So how we progress from there, the storyline says there's 3 considerations as you progress through each act. They say that the main character, the plot, the relationship, and the influencing character are all going to change as you progress through. How they change is based on the story format that you decided to tell, and it's going to be unique and different. The Dramatica website and the Storymind channel breaks down the different type of story forms and the different thematic keywords that will help you progress in your own unique story. And just to save on time, I'm not going to talk about those. We're going to talk about the bare bones structure that is going on. The most unique part of the Dramatica structure is the audience's perspective, and they call it the journey. See, here I am, the audience, digesting the story in either a theater or in a movie, or I'm reading in a setting, and I'm digesting the story in the first quarter of the story, the first act, the first signpost. I know that here, this is the beginning of the story, and then I make my first journey. And we completed our first journey. So from here to here, I have become transformed by the events laid out in Act 1. And I know somewhere here, where I'm sitting, the beginning ends and the middle begins. This is the Act 2 structure, where it combines the beginning and the middle. Now I'm going to make my second journey. And I completed it here. So we know for sure that this whole journey that we experience from here to here is the main story. It's the main thrust of the events that's occurring. We are going through the trials and tribulations. We learn the great truth that's going on in the story, or to become the hero they need to be. And now we're feeling the rest of the adventure here. So we know that this is the middle. Whereas here, this is the beginning journey, journey 1. This is the middle journey, journey 2. And now we know that eventually things are going to ramp up or ramp down depending on which type of act you have. And we know this is the beginning of the end. And here we make our final journey, journey 3, into the last act. And we know that here this ends. And things start to wrap up. So that's what makes the Dramatica structure unique. It tells us that no matter how we break up our structures, whether it's in 4 quadrants, or if it's going to be in the 3-act structure where we have the first act, the second act, and the third act, or in the 4 signposts, the audience is going to digest it in 3s. They're going to experience the very beginning of the story. They're going to get the sense of the adventure or drama or thriller or the horror of the story that we're telling. And now we know that this journey has to end. And because the dramatic structure is so stripped down into this signpost mentality, it really helps any author or storyteller that deals in any sort of genre, whether it is fantasy, sci-fi, a contemporary fiction, a romance drama, a horror story, any sort of genre that you want to do. You understand that there's going to be some sort of difference from here to here and there. How they're going to transform, how they're going to change, what you have to look for in those changes is all going to be into the Dramatica.com website, and you can break it down further in the Story Mind channel. We will talk a little bit more later after we deal with the rest of the story structures. But I hope this analogy of the Dramatica story structure is a help. It's a lot more stripped down than the other 3-act structures that everyone has been doing. And if you do like this video, please give this a thumbs up. You can share it out to any sort of media that you so wish. I have more other stories. I have more videos in my channel. Go ahead and hit subscribe so that way you can look at the rest of them. And I'll see you 2 weeks from now. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.